we know what you guys are thinking.
But where the Staggs go now, they probably got on a plane and went to Europe.
Right, castle in Scotland.
France or Scotland. Ireland, yeah. It was cool. Not so much the case.
Nope.
No, Glendora.
Budget.
But seriously, who knew there was a castle in Glendora?
Yeah, and not your traditional castle either. We're not talking Games of Thrones, anything like that.
Right, there's nothing traditional about this. But so it's owned by the Glendora Historical Society now. They do tours about 8 days a month. You got to go on their website. It's kind of random. Make sure you book it in advance. And it's just $10 a person. Donation to this nonprofit gets you in on one of these tours.
Yeah, and the previous owner was Michael Rubel, who pretty much as a kid loved to build forts, and from what we could tell, just never stopped and just kept doing it. It was amazing.
So we found out the original owner of the property, back when this was just orange groves, started off being annoyed by Michael and his friends because they would come play on the property. But clearly at some point that switched to a fondness, because when the man passed away, he helped the property find its way to Michael.
And then Michael, he started building right away. We say 1959 is when it was started. That's when he moved onto the property and started building. Are there any questions?
Yeah, how come I didn't know about this place 5 years ago before I bought my Disney pass?
Yeah, because it seriously feels like walking around an amusement park.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun, and it's a $10 donation. I will tell you this, the tour is a guided tour, so you can't just walk around on your own, and it is about 3 hours long. And our tour guide, Steve, had a lot of stories to tell.
He did, but we were literally laughing out loud at many of these stories because Michael was quite the character. Okay, so guess which one of these things is true that we're about to tell you about right here. Okay, so did Michael create a fake graveyard on the property because he figured every castle needs to have a cemetery?
Yes.
Did Michael hollow out telephone poles to create cannons that he used to fire fruit into his neighbor's pool?
Yes.
Did Michael use the school bus and school children that he drove for a nearby school district to collect random items that he wanted to use on his property?
Including wine.
Yeah, he packed the bus full of wine one
I don't know how good that is, having a bunch of kids in a school bus moving wine around, and rocks too, by the way. So, yeah.
But the theme of this whole thing is that he was so creative and so persistent, and everyone loved him, so he never got in trouble.
And Huell Hauser did an interview with him too, and he's a big kid. Yeah. He's a big kid, and that's
super
what it's all
lovable.
about. Yeah. It's like the world's biggest clubhouse.
So there are all these different structures on the property. There's an old tractor barn, there's an old box factory, where they used to make citrus crates, and the crazy thing is some people live in these structures and rent them on the property.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. And I gotta say, one of the funny stories that Steve, your tour guide, will tell you is that Mike kind of said no to nothing. So if you called Mike up and says, hey, I have this old caboose, do you want it? And he's like, yeah, I want it. And he just took everything he could and put it on the property. So, and we're not even in the castle yet. That's what's amazing.
Yeah, this is a structure that his mom used to live in and they used to have parties in, and it now serves as like a gift shop / museum that you get to wander through, and there are so many cool things in here.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it does take about 3 hours to see everything. It's not big, but there's just so much. So we're halfway through the tour, and we finally go into this entry tunnel, if you will, that's made all of bottles and funny little light cups that look like they're homemade. And again, just staying with the theme of Michael, of just crazy weirdness.
Yeah, And this tunnel is just the perfect entryway because what is this random stuff on the side? We don't know.
Yeah, there's an old wash tub right there. We don't know why it's there. I don't think he did either.
And that's what the whole thing is about.
Yeah.
So as soon as you walk through that tunnel, now you're inside the actual castle itself. So this bottle house Michael was inspired to build from Knott's Berry Farm, a Calico ghost town, and he actually lived in this tiny structure for the first 7 years.
Yeah, that was the ultimate bachelor pad, by the way. It's 2-story. So it had a little loft up there and a little radio. It was pretty cool.
I mean, I like it, but I don't think it's exactly a chick magnet.
Well, I think that depends on who you are.
So one of the coolest things about the castle is the 75-foot clock tower that's powered by an 1890 Seth Thomas clock. They're rare, the Smithsonian wanted it, but Michael got it.
Come on in. Pardon? Yeah.
I really wish I could have met Michael. He seemed like a kid at heart, and just he got to build his fort. And the best thing is he got to repurpose so much. I heard a story that he would go to concrete mills and sweep up the concrete to repurpose it to build his castle. How cool is that?
Yeah, if there's a message to take away from all of this, it's definitely, about pursuing your passions no matter what, and being frugal, which we love as budget travelers, and above all, I would say, recycle.